Hello, my friends. I am hopping on a little bit earlier than when this actually is going to be uploaded and sent to your inboxes. That is because I am at the Gallup Summit in Omaha, Nebraska this week. I am so excited to be able to attend the Gallup Summit, learning more and honing my craft even more around CliftonStrengths. I've attended the last 3 years virtually, and this is the first time that they're getting back in person since 2019. So I'm super excited to be amongst several of my coach friends that I've met through the years virtually, as well as some clients, and of course, all of the Gallup related employees and professionals from around the globe. They're saying that there's probably going to be a little over 1,000 actual in-person attendees at the event. It's going to be culpable in terms of the energy because all of us are super excited, but there are several other thousands that are going to be attending virtually around the globe. You know, as I was thinking about why CliftonStrengths, it reminded me of the whole reason why I became certified. And I want to just tell you a little bit about that story and that journey. I actually had a familiarity with CliftonStrengths from 2012 when I was working in-house in construction with the last general contractor that I worked with. And I had, you know, for 2 decades before, come across other assessments. However, none of the results that I had from any of the other assessments rang so true to me, were more specifically about me, both from a professional standpoint and in my personal life. That's why I love Gallup CliftonStrengths, is that it's not environmental. How I act in Houston traffic is how I act with my Bible study sisters. It's kind of universal how I show up all the time. And then in addition to that, while I don't need all the statistics, it is backed by Gallup, a statistics-based organization. And so most of if not 99% of my clients are technical minded. So I need to prove it to them. And so the fact that I can go and I can get all of this data that backs it up, because it has been since 2001, since the first iteration of the assessment was rolled out. Now there are over 30 million people around the globe that have taken it. So they continue to hone and refine it overall. And so when I started my business, Authentizity, in 2017, I was doing business development, outreach, and strategy, and really working with leadership teams to get them better in their planning and their execution of their business development efforts. However, if ever I saw something happen, I had a front row seat for the last in-house job that I have of when things don't go right, when there is a misalignment of a leadership team, then that was what happened in terms of how Authenticity wouldn't be here today had that all not happened with my last in-house job. But walking through the CliftonStrengths related pieces of it actually tells you, it gives you the other piece of the story. So being able to add that on to my consulting practice, and that's really how I leverage CliftonStrengths. I do it for executive coaching. I do it for business development coaching in terms of creating self-awareness around it. But really, even if I'm doing just plain business development strategy consulting, I specifically advise my clients starting with the CliftonStrengths related assessment. So then that way they create this framework and a foundation as a communication tool. Because even having Authenticity, one of the first firms that I worked with, I went in a small firm. They had a small leadership team. They wanted a lot more revenue. But one thing that I noticed is that they were not only misaligned, most of them didn't like one another. So being able to implement CliftonStrengths on top of it really created that appreciation and that empathy for the diversity of thought and experience and strengths that all of their fellow colleagues bring to the table. And then and only then can you be successful at having true revenue growth And then, of course, happy clients and happy employees, which comes before the revenue growth aspect of things. So just to tell you a little bit more about my Clifton Strengths journey. If you want to hear a little bit more about that, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. Also, I'll put some links in the bottom there in case you're interested in learning more about Gallup Clifton Strengths. I'm always here as a resource. Don't hesitate to reach out. I'll talk to you when I get back from Omaha.